Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we discuss all things entrepreneurship and running. It is a incredibly cold morning. It's minus conditions and foggy and misty, so it makes the cold feel even worse than it is. So wintry running conditions, and it's a Saturday summary day today, where I give you my weekly update on the journey of a serial entrepreneur. So as always, if you like this episode, please give it a like and a subscribe, and let's get started. So it's been a good week. It's the first proper week back this week, and loads of stuff's been kind of going on in the business, which is good, and we've got some really positive things happening, which I'm super stoked about. So overall, I'd say the week's been certainly a positive one. Lots of good things that are kind of happening, and hopefully long may they continue. So I'll go through each business as I always do and give you the update on where we're up to. So Property Empire Investments, our deal sourcing business, had a really good week really. The first meeting when we come back had some personnel related challenges between a couple of partners, and I'm pleased to say that we did a meeting. It was just cards on the table. Everybody kind of just said, look, these are the issues that we've got, and we worked through solutions for each and every one of them. And I always said that if every issue that gets brought to the table is solved, we have a clear and obvious way forwards, and that's what ended up happening. So really happy, because the last thing I wanted was any of the team to be moving on to pastures new, because we've got such a lot of opportunity ahead of us for the coming year that the last thing we wanted to do was to lose a key member of the team. So that was a big positive. We've ramped up the sourcing again now, and we've identified some new strategies that we're going to be sourcing for, to ensure that every deal that we secure is monetized. And what we mean by that is that the issue we've had previously with the government-backed agency that we work with on the 10-year leases is that they don't approve every property that we source. And back into last year, you know, we were losing a lot of deals because the government agency wasn't approving them, and as a result, we'd have to pull out the deal, and that was putting our relationships with the agents under a bit of strain. So what we're now doing is we're now sourcing HMOs as a turnkey operation. So although we won't be managing or tenanting them, we'll source, completely refurbish and get them compliant with HMO regs before it's then passed over to the investor. So even if it's not approved by the government-backed agency, we'll sell it as a standalone HMO, and the ROI is actually higher, although it's not guaranteed. So it's just a way that we're going to be able to monetize every deal. We're also sourcing HMO landlords. Over to the side, guys. There's a car coming past us. So we're also sourcing HMO landlords directly now, whereby we can set up the leases for existing HMOs as well, which is another cool revenue stream. Another positive, had a sales call with a new investor that arranged a call with myself, and he wants 3 deals. That's another 15k that we've got verbal commitment for, and he should be taking the first deal within the next week or so, which will be cool. So we've got the revenue ticking on again early into January, which is super cool. So I'm going to run past this individual. Morning. As you know, I don't like talking in front of other people too much. But anyway, so overall, a big positive week for Property Empire Investments. We've got, I've also got a meeting next week lined up with the investor who wants 100 deals. So that's very much alive and kicking, and we've got to thrash out the terms next week. I bet by Zoom call as opposed to in person, which is a shame, but obviously it's where we are at the moment with COVID and everything. So the next business is Property Empire Builder, which is a property education company, and our 2 Squared Academy, I think we've topped 160 active subscriptions now, which is super cool. First module was launched on Monday and it went very smoothly, and the feedback we're getting is really good. So massive kudos to our business partner Jack, who has been working on the content and getting that all ready, and huge kudos to the marketing team who helped put it all together and get it launched, which has been super successful. So module 2 goes out on Monday, but early signs are really positive for that, and super keen to keep pushing that forward. So big week for Property Empire Builder, and the 2 Squared Academy is now live. We've also agreed to continue our offer of £1 for the first month when you subscribe to the programme. I'm going to carry that on until we come out of national lockdown, because you know, people's livelihoods are hard, and if we could help and give people an opportunity to create an income in property, then we don't want to price them out of it because people are on hard times. So that's pretty cool as well. So that's great. The next business is my property business, and the block of flats refinance is edging closer. Hopefully we'll get it over the line next week. All the inquiries and soliciting inquiries have been hopefully sorted now, so it should just be a case of getting it over the line next week. So that'll be a big milestone when that happens. We've also got the government-backed agency has signed off the block of flats as well, so they want to take it on a 10-year lease. So again, super cool. We get it over the line, sign it over to the government-backed agency, 10 years worth of guaranteed income, no maintenance, no management, no disbursements, hassle-free, and not the best income, cash flowing income we could get, but on the basis it will still cash flow somewhere in the region of £3,000 a month, which is, you know, you can't moan about it. So yeah, so super excited to hopefully get that over the line. The next business is Runpreneur and my social media content repurposing, reformatting and optimising agency, and big steps forward this week in mapping out the sales funnel, getting ready for launch. So we're working the sales funnel at the moment, whereby that will be built over the next couple of weeks. We'll be beta testing Jack into the platform hopefully by the end of the month, and then with the view to launch to kind of into February, maybe into March, depending on how we go. But it's really starting to take shape, and we've done all the costings now and everything, and interestingly we can get a really healthy margin in that business, and we've found some competition that do something similar, and we're 4 times cheaper than the competition. So really excited with that. I think that can be really game changing for anybody who wants to be able to get their content out there. And interestingly, when we're doing the stats for my vlog, to get this content out there in the formats that it's in and repurposed it in multiple different assets and optimized for each platform, we tracked it. It's over 10 hours worth of effort, which takes into account the content creation, the planning, right the way through the process of publishing, editing, subtitles, all that stuff, snipping, infographics. It's 10 hours worth of work for every episode. So it just goes to show that if you want to take this stuff seriously, you can't do it yourself unless you want it to be your full-time job, and it's more than a full-time job. 10 hours a day is a lot of time, so that's why it pays dividends to look at alternative solutions where you've got people that can do it on a cost-effective basis for you without allowing you to then move on and try to grow your business and take advantage of the leads you generate from all your increased marketing activities. So the other really cool things with that business is we're launching a podcast and a blog over this quarter, so that's going to be super exciting as well to kind of get that out there. I'm also planning my world record result posts, so I've obviously said in my vlog that I am officially the world record holder for the fastest male marathon runner dressed as a ninja. I'm going for the half marathon one later this year as well, so I can effectively say I'm the fastest male dressed as a ninja over half or marathon distance, which is I don't want somebody else to have the half marathon record and me have the marathon. I might as well try and get them both, so I'll be embarking on that adventure later in the year. But we're planning the post which are going to go out just with the results. Just over to the side, guys, there's a car coming. Just let his cars go past. So all in all, it's super exciting for Runpreneur. And I know I talk about this as the fourth on my list, but I think it has the potential to be right up near the top. I know the big chunky money is going to come predominantly from Property Empire investments. I mean, like I say, 15 grand sale verbally agreed this week. But you know, I think it's from a business model with the team that I've built up. From my perspective, it will be fairly automated. There won't be a lot of involvement from me, and I think the margins can be super healthy. And obviously, I'm super passionate about that because that's one of the main things that's come from this vlog. And I feel very protective of it because it's like I put a lot of blood, sweat and tears into this. So I'm super excited to get that launched. The last business is, well, two more businesses. We've got Property Empire, construction and maintenance. Not a huge amount of progression on that, but some of the guys are going up to the sites next week to see how we're getting on and to make sure they're on track to complete, so we can get as many of them over the line in January as possible. And we've got our furniture supply set up, so we'll be looking at building funnels for that also this quarter, which is cool because I think that's a big, and again, we've come in extremely low on the pricing level for furniture packs for people who want to do HMOs or service accommodation. So really keen to kind of push that forward and grow that as well. And we've done a lot of the logistical work on that. We've got storage facilities and stuff set up now, so that's cool. We've got Property Empire Holdings as well. We've got our first rent-to-rent deal that's just getting the I's dotted and the T's crossed at the moment, and hopefully that should be over the line at some point in the next couple of weeks. And that, once we get that tenanted, it should cash flow somewhere between 500 and 600 quid clear a month after all costs. So that's a nice one into the rent-to-rent mix, which is something that we're building slowly in the background. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So overall, not a lot of negatives at all this week really, and a huge amount of positives. But I think inevitably you're going to get that when you come into a brand new year. A lot of the planning stuff's been already done, but you're just rubber stamping things and getting the team's buy-in to moving forwards. A lot of meetings have happened this week, but still I think that's all super positive. Morning. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. As always, if you've got any questions on this stuff, drop me a comment, I'll respond to every one. If a bigger question or a bigger topic, I'll do another vlog episode and tag you in. If it's not relevant to you, no drama, you can unfollow me on your social feeds. I don't want to clutter you up with irrelevant information. But before you do that, do check out the Runpreneur YouTube channel, whereby I cover a different topic every day of the week. So if today's topic isn't relevant, that's not to say that the topics I cover on other days will be relevant. So you want to make sure you're in that YouTube channel to make sure you can dip in and out of it on an ad hoc basis as a free resource in the future. Also, make sure you check out the Runpreneur Facebook community group, where I host my free resources that accompany this vlog. The first one being my exact process that I go through. 70 steps, I think it might be close to 80 now, steps that I go through for repurposing, reformatting and optimizing these videos that I'm recording on a daily basis across all platforms in an optimized fashion. So check that out, it's a completely free resource. If you are looking to do more content in the future, you will want to check that out. So that's it for me. All I have to say is that the Runpreneur vlog was set up to help entrepreneurs and business owners overcome the emotions of stress, anxiety and overwhelm by using exercise, or in my case running, as a release valve or a release mechanism to relieve those pressures of stress, anxiety, overwhelm, and control them, gain clarity on where you are and enable you to keep control and thrive under the emotions that every single entrepreneur and business owner experiences. The difference between success and failure can often be down to how well that entrepreneur business owner deals with these emotions. The ones that do it well will go on to bigger and better things. The ones that do it not so well can often either break down as a person or the business can fail, and either or is a pretty disastrous outcome you want to avoid. Now, I've been there. I've lost multiple businesses because of this. I've lost multiple business partners because of this. I've had joint venture investments go wrong because of this, and I've almost been bankrupt because of it. So I'm fairly well placed to give advice now, because I now have this process in my life, this routine that allows me to deal with all these pressures and thrive, and I feel completely in control, and I feel I'm thriving more than I've ever done in the past. So super exciting times, and my pledge to you is, if you are one of these entrepreneurs struggling, just drop me a message. And I say this and I mean it, there's no catch, there's no sale, no nothing. I'll just jump on a call with you and I'll try and give you a few hints and tips to get you back on the right path. And I always said that if this vlog just helps one entrepreneur or saves one business, it's been 1,000,000% worthwhile. Now, there's several entrepreneurs that have taken me up on this already, and hopefully they're implementing the positive steps that I've given them into their lives and bettering themselves for it. So don't be too full of entrepreneurial pride and reach out if you are struggling. So that's it for me today. As always, if you like this video, please give it a like, comment and a subscribe. If you want to see similar episodes, hit the playlist link below. And all that's left to say is stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.